I think that the biggest one for us is I don't think we played hard enough. And we lost the 50-50 balls, all that stuff. I mean, the mechanisms of our team is going to take time. It's going to take a long time, really, for us to figure out combinations, rotations, how we all fit together, and getting on the same page as far as style of play. That stuff there's no kind of cheat sheet or shortcut to that. But the playing hard, the 50-50 balls, the willingness and diligence to stick to our principles and have that discipline to do it time and time again, that's got to improve.
What do you do about a guy like Joel Embiid? I mean, just seems like there's no individual matchup that you can have. So how do you attack him as a team?
We got to play great team defense. We got to try to make it difficult for him, not give him any easy ones. Be able to support whoever's guarding him. Just be really solid with our game plan. I mean, he's going to score. He's going to be a handful for every team that he plays against this year. So, we're a smaller team. We got to find a way to have some resistance on the ball, but also in support.
I know you touched on it a little bit, but how effective was that combo where you had Joe and Patty both out there spacing the floor?
Yeah, it's obviously a great lineup offensively to play with pace, to space the floor, to cause I think a lot of confusion with their pace is important, and their spacing is it creates openings for other guys as well. So it's a great offensive option, and one that will hopefully develop throughout the year.
Not only were you named to it, but you were also a voter for the NBA 75. It sounds like a monumental task. Because how'd you kind of go about picking that whole thing?
I can't divulge my secrets the list. I may or may not have had a lot of support from people in the organization.
When you look at all your perimeter shooters, what kind of difference does it make that you don't have to face Ben Simmons out there tonight?
Well, I mean, we know how talented he is, and what a defensive player he is, and also obviously his size, speed, athleticism with the ball is as a force in transition. So it's they're missing a very talented player, no question.
Do you draw any similarities between what they're going through with Ben and you guys not having Kyrie, or do you find the situation totally dissimilar?
I think they're similar in one way and dissimilar in others. But it's a big piece of their team that's not with them, and we're facing a similar challenge.
Is it strange, Steve, that you both teams are going to be expected to be at the top of the Eastern Conference, yet aren't what you guys both hope to be by the end of the year, if you guys have the big pieces back?
Sure. I mean, I think we have to live in the here and now and not expect for things to change. We have to be the best team we can be with the pieces that we have available right now. So, like I keep telling you guys, this is a process for us. We have 10 new guys. We have, we like all of our players, but we certainly, it wasn't built as a perfect fit. So now we have to try to find a way to fit these pieces together and how we can manage that, and that can take time. So, we can't project forward to if Kyrie returns or anything like that. So it's just we build from here, and we try to learn our lessons every night, and hopefully we get there quicker than not. But it is a process, and you can't cheat it.
You gave James Johnson a lot of run on Tuesday. Just what did you see out of him?
Yeah, we're just really trying to get a feel for him and how he can impact our group. I think he's a guy that can generate offense with his DHO and willingness to create for others. And defensively, we'd like for him to have an impact. With his size and strength, he can guard multiple positions, and he's a physical player.
When you have, I guess, so many different lineups that you're experimenting with, what are the markers that you look for to say, okay, well, this is working versus this one maybe isn't working?
I think it's not rocket science. We can dig into the analytics, but the reality is look and feel, and are they producing? And do we see a thread of opportunity there to develop something? So even if something doesn't have success written all over it out of the gates, do we feel like there's something to build on there? So I think right now we're just trying to take a look at all these different things, and we'll start on one path, and then maybe we adjust and go on another, and there may be half dozen paths for us before we settle on certain things, and then as the season always presents things. There's always injuries or form issues or whatever it may be. So that in those circumstances, we should be in a pretty good position that we have options. But trying to get there when everyone's healthy is actually difficult.